Okay, so now it looks like I'm getting better signal here. I'm having to figure out signal because there is no Wi-Fi, and just kind of figuring things out. Anyways, welcome guys. This is the Hobo Prepper. I am Friar Tuck. I'm gonna keep this short and simple and to the point until people start showing up. So, just to kind of give you an update, I made it to Flag Mountain today. I ended up overshooting my my turn and by about a mile, and some old guys are like, hey, yeah, where are you heading to? I says, Flag Mountain. They're like, dude, you missed your turn. Took me up to the top of Flag Mountain, and who else we got here? So it looks like we got 3 people in chat. So anyways, they ended up kind of going to calling for a shuttle. I was, usually, I thought it was a complimentary shuttle. I did not realize that it cost. So I spent a little bit more than I was supposed to. So if you guys want me to stay here a second night, I need tomorrow, probably late morning, early afternoon. I'm gonna be putting my stuff up, and I'm gonna go into the trail, and I'm gonna just take a 0 day there. At least I got the shower, which is what I was looking for. So the shower was really, really nice. I have really ran myself into the ground, and I'm looking forward to a 0 day, whether it be tomorrow or whether it be the next day. But I am about 20 miles up trail, so even when I do take my 0 day, I'm not losing any time, which is kind of nice. So I will tell you that there are this is an open Q&A. You want to know about my trip, you have prepping questions, you have gear questions, you have questions about, how things are going, things like that. This is your time to be able to do it. And then I will be able to, answer your questions for you. But, I am here. This is actually a pretty nice place. There is no Wi-Fi, which is why I'm out here, so I could get the best signal, which I'm not really getting that good of a signal as far as what I'm used to getting. But, I made it here. I got my shower. I feel better. I got a place to put my hammock for the night because I got a camp spot. So the what's it called? The shuttle service costs $30, somewhere around $1 to $2 a mile, which is pretty good. As far as shuttle service goes. So this is something that you, as an individual, if you decide you want to stay at the Pinhoti Outdoor Center, this is something that that you might want to include in your overall travel budget, which was something that I didn't do. But the thing is I wanted a shower so bad, and I pushed myself. I went something like 45-50 miles and I'm actually kind of eating right now. So I got me some barbecue chips, which are really, really good. They are, I'll show you. And also got me my daily dose of Coke, because I really like my Coke. So who else is here in chat? Make sure and say hi. But I will tell you, the weather's been nice. Long term, as far as the weather goes, and for the next, really nasty. It is supposed to. There is what they're saying is it's like a hurricane. Better signal. It's like I get. Oh, there we go. So it's like I get signal and then I don't get signal. So okay, I think the thing is I'm covering up my antenna or something. But it looks like this is going to be about 3 or 4 days worth of hell, and then it is going to get much, much better. So if and the whole country is going to get caught up in this, so it's not going to be pleasant. But I will be taking at least one of my 0 days during this time, and the weather may end up causing me to take more than 1 0 day. So the Pinhoti Trail is about 350 miles or so, and then it's another 65 miles to the what is it, Bent Mackay or Macaw? I'm not sure how to pronounce it yet, but that is another 65 miles, and then I finally get to the Appalachia Trail. And so if I do 20 miles a day, about it's going to take me about 18 days to get there, to get to the end of that, and then probably another 3 or 4 days to get to the end. Now, one thing that I'm having to really take into consideration is, yes, there's weather, and yes, I need to I also have to be able to endure the long distance. So long distance wise, I am going to have to really, sorry guys, I am exhausted. It's been a long ass day. So but once after I get to now that I'm back on trail and I've pushed through the Alabama Road Walk, at least every 5 days I'm gonna have to take a minimum of 1 day off. I have to do that. The second thing is I really want to get myself up to 30 miles a day, but I know it's going to take some time to do that. So I really want to focus on doing 20 miles a day consistently, and then once I can do 20 miles a day consistently, then I want to push myself to 25 and then 30. Now, you might be asking yourself, why would you want to be pushing yourself to be able to do these long distances? Part of it is should you have to bug out, especially if you've got a nuclear bomb coming your way or whatever, or whether it be an environmental disaster, you're gonna want to be able to get away from it as quick as possible. And a lot of what I'm learning is that the weight of your pack and the shoes in which you wear, those are probably the two of the most important things that will determine your speed and your distance. So the more your pack weighs, the less distance you're gonna be able to make when bugging out. What's the word? The heavier your shoes, the more wear and tear you're gonna do on your body, the quicker you're gonna wear yourself out. Now you can sit there and get yourself like good padded shoes and stuff like that, and that might help alleviate some of the pain in your feet and stuff like that. But overall, your feet are going to always hurt doing long days or doing long distances to begin with. Okay, so this is something that when I was touring, I would do 3 days and then rest 1 day. Your body needs to recover. Okay, so but were you able to make larger distances doing those 3 days, or like what was the trade-off of doing 3 on 1 off? Because that's what I was doing, and I feel like I was barely making 15 miles a day and having trouble. Now it seems like I can do the 20 miles a day, and my feet are always going to hurt, but I'm able to by doing like 5 and 6 days. Well, I just did 9 days straight. So 9 days straight, like the last 2 days, I did like 45, almost 50 miles in the 2 day stream. And I'm telling you, because of what I did yesterday, it made today even harder. So that's part of the reason why I'm going to have to, do 15 to 20 and just deal with the consequences, long term. So I'm just curious what you guys think on this, because this is going to be, this is kind of, I got to get something that is consistent enough that will allow me to make the distance that I need to make without spending too much time taking time off, so that I can, because I want to get up to Maine by October. And I know that if I can get to it, so if I'm able to do at least 20 miles a day, that means that I should be able to, in 100 days, be able to get done with the Appalachian. I know that there are parts of it that if you're doing 15 miles a day, you're looking at about 130 days. So that means 4 to 5 months. So June, July, August, September, October. Would like to be able to complete it this year if possible, so that I don't have to go back down south, do the Florida Trail, and then go back up north and then finish the top part about this. And so this is just one thing that I'm trying to figure out, because I would really like to get the the full ECT done this year, if at all possible. Which doing 20 miles a day for 3 days and walking the rest of the day is better than doing 4 15-mile days. The rest day makes the difference. Okay, good to know. I'll give that a shot. I mean, anything that will help me, maintain distance and be able to do it. Yeah, like 20 miles and then, you have a day, but that also means logistics. You need to be able to at least do a resupply, and from the resupply, then take your 0 day. Because, I mean, it's nice to be able to rest, but also I got to figure out some things to do while I'm doing that 0 day, because to me 0 days are boring, other than the fact that either I will force myself to get some extra sleep, or I force myself to sit around and not put any pressure on my feet and just let my feet kind of, do their own thing. So I don't know, maybe you guys have some suggestions or some tips there. I want to talk about something that Swagster Keeg, he's my favorite heckler. He said something in my video, for you guys to help me fund for staying here. And just so that you guys know, because I know I had to restart this video a couple of times, either I go out in the woods and I have that extra day, or I can have the extra day here and not have to worry about walking. But either tomorrow I gotta pack my way into the woods. I got my shower, which is what I wanted in the first place, which was the whole point. So, but if you guys want to, anyways, he was making a comment like, you're a prepper, but yet you're asking for help. And, being a small business owner, one of the things that I learned is that everything you guys watch this because you find some value in it. You're able to either ask your questions or get like a realistic view of what it's like to be able to bug out like I'm doing, or to see how I'm doing, or whatever the. And, that has value. And since I'm not able to earn money from it being monetized, there are certain times in which I may say, hey, look, I need some help paying for a hostel for a night, or to be able to pay for a campsite for a night, so I can get in, I can get a shower, stuff like that. At least until I get monetized. Then after that, then, it's completely up to you guys. But, part of my plan has been to get monetized, so that I can be able to afford my own way. I mean, I don't like having to ask for help, but so it is what it is. And when you take care of yourself like that, or when you ask for help, there are those that want to help you along because they find value in what you're doing, and they want to reciprocate in a different way, like make your life a little bit easier. Like I said, if I don't come up with at least another $10 to stay one more night, I'll be out in the woods. Does it bother me to go stay out in the woods? No, in the woods. It's just the conveniences and the community that I get to interact with people here. I like to have the human interaction. But I'm close to power. I don't have to really do anything. I can be static, all those different things. And it's cheaper than a hotel room, because I mean the tent campsites are $10 a to find a tent campsite for less than $10, or for $10 or less. Your average campsite that I've seen has been anywhere from 20 to 35, especially in Florida. I mean, you want to talk about expensive. Florida is, it's just, that's kind of like my view on that. So if you guys are wondering, well, why is a prepper asking for help? Well, this is why I'm asking for help. But as far as the trail goes, I really want to get, it does not look like I am going to be able to be at I wanted to. It'll probably be somewhere around the last week of May, first week of June. I'm telling you, man, these cold nights, especially with the no humidity, it's driving me nuts. But it is what it is. So, these are some things. You guys have any questions for me? You guys have anything you guys want to know? Things like that. Because I was asked to do a live stream when I got here. And so, since I got here tonight, I'm doing the live stream. I haven't even gotten a chance to eat, maybe 20-minute break every couple of hours. And that's affecting me in the sense my straps, stuff my sleeping bag, stuff my other bag, or stuff my Woobie, put my pillow in there, throw it all in there, grab my breakfast, and then I'm good. Okay, so I mean, I don't. I'm able to get out by about 7:30 in the morning, so that and I like to stop somewhere around. I like to stop somewhere around. I don't. 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening. That way, throughout the day. But for some reason, it's still kind of, it's weighing my feet out, and I don't want to take too long of breaks. Now, I don't think I took another break until I don't think I took another break until about 10 miles down the road. Our 45-minute break, and I barely made it 25. I've still got to upload some videos and stuff like that. I've got like 3 videos that I need to upload. One is going to be a review on this place. That way you guys can kind of know what it is, what it has to offer, especially if you are on the is that you have your YouTubers, they'll talk figuring out how you're gonna do a trail, because whether you're bugging out or you're doing it just for fun, a trail is probably the best way to navigate yourself, because 1, it gets you out into nature. 2, you're able to use the land, use the resources, use your survival skills to be able to kind of keep going. Okay, and then on top of that, you also kind of and they will help you and assist you along the way as well. And so all of those resources, especially if you're having to migrate from one end of the country to another, whether it be for economics or whether it be for weather, or whether it be for war or famine, as a form of navigation. I mean, our ancestors, this is how they moved from place to place, as they went on trails. And so not using trails and just thinking, oh, I can drive a car. Well, you know what? Your car may not be able to go. Riding a bike, it's great and all, but you kind of have to have quite a bit of money to be able to do a bike. A bike is probably expensive. Whereas with hiking, for $250, you could have all the gear that you want. That's your sleeping bag, that is even a cheap Walmart tent. You are looking at a backpack that you can get for, even a cheap $1. So you can do this and be a poor man and really easily bug out. I mean, expensive gear, but who wants to pay $800 for a tent that's made out of saran wrap? You know what I mean? So it's things like that really doesn't take a lot of money to do hiking. $30, $10 for one of these, for a pair of shorts. Maybe $30 or $20 for a pair of pants. Maybe $10 for some socks. bucks. The pack, the external frame pack that I have, that if you wanted to go buy that retail, that's $65. Now brand new, it was a couple $100, but it's about $65 to buy one of my vintage, to buy a pack like mine. Let's see, the cook set is $20, and that's a really simple set. I mean, were you spending a lot of money? You're not. And so as the time crunch comes, are like $1 a piece for a little pack of them. Okay. Let's see, your meat is probably going to be the most expensive thing that you have. Bread keeps for quite a while, so you can do a lunch meat, or you can even, that includes an extra 32-ounce pouch, which you're going to want. You will go throughout a gallon of water a day. That includes, you don't need this extravagant, expensive stuff to be able to get out and to be able to do the things that you need to do. And I think that this is, a marketing gimmick by a lot of these companies, is that they want you to spend a lot of money, but the truth is you don't really have to. Yeah, my external frame backpack is of 5 pounds. That 5 pounds does make a difference in the way that I travel. The more your pack weighs, the slower you move. But can you do it? Yes. Will it be a little bit uncomfortable? Maybe. Okay. But will you survive? The answer is yes. And it's just simplified things that is all you really need. Okay. So if you're looking at either bugging out, or if you're looking at doing things like this is, these are some things that you can consider, and maybe start cheap, and then as you get the money together, because things are getting way more expensive, as you get the money together, then once you upgrade, you could hand me down to maybe a newer prepper, or somebody in your community that is starting to think about prepping, and you're like, okay, this is, this will help you get started. At least this is a pack. Now figure out how to put everything you need in here, and kind of teach your local community, because all you really need is a cook set. You need your water filter. You need shelter, which is either a tent or a hammock. You need a sleeping bag. And you need a sleeping pad if you're going to sleep on the ground. But if you're not going to sleep on the ground and you're going to do like a hammock, then you're going to need an underquilt. You're going to need to make sure that you have a rain fly. Those are, it's not as expensive as a lot of these people want to make it out to be. And so another video that I'm going to do, hopefully before I leave, is one of the things that I really want to do is show you guys how to be able to do it anymore. And so somebody that needs it and can use it, he's able to pass it down. And so this is not only how we can recycle and reuse and be able to help our fellow man, but it's a good idea on just how to be. So before I start wrapping this up, because we're at 30 minutes now, does anybody have any questions, anything that they would like me to talk about? Anything that they would like to know? Because I'm here at the Pinhoti Outdoor Center, and I need to get my bed put up and kind of put some of my food away, because I was part of the which is what I was able to stop by a gas station, and I was able to use my food stamps so that I could resupply, and now I've got enough food to last me 3 or 4 days out in the woods, so that I can take the 0 day and not worry too much. One of the only things I'm going to really have to worry about is just logistics of water, but past that, I'm going to have a day walk in, and then I'm going to take my 0 day, unless I'm able to raise $10 more, which that's neither here nor there. It'd be nice, but it's not something that it's like it must have. I got the shower that I was looking for. Before I leave tomorrow, I'm going to take another shower. I'm able to clean some of my wounds, so that they're not an issue. And that's important. Is not cleaning my is being able to clean my wounds, because I just, the one on my knee, it's been cleaned. The one on my backside, I think that one's fixed. It's just the one on my knee, I'm just gonna have to give my knee a rest, and I think that's really where it's at. So does anybody have any questions? So I'm gonna take a drink of my soda while you guys are contemplating. One thing I will tell you is that when you're out there and all you drink is water, I understand why you see in the movies all these different soldiers that are like, man, when I get home, I'm gonna eat me a Big Mac, or I'm gonna eat me this and that and the other. Because anyways, does anybody have any questions, anything that they want to talk about, anything they want me to talk about, anything? So I heard that Tucker Carlson is going. There are people that are kind of, I think it's a big deal. It's like the preacher said, they came after this guy and I said nothing. They came after this guy and I said nothing. Until finally one day they came after me and there was no one left to say anything. I think that Tucker Carlson being taken off, whether he was given an ultimatum or he was actually fired, I think that is a big thing. But we also found out that, I guess, Rupert Murdoch or his wife or something like that, she is a Democratic sympathizer or something like that. I remember during the 2020 election cycle, something came out about how she was aligned with the Democrats, which so it's no longer a conservative news channel. I mean, yeah, they have some conservatives on there, but they're dying off. They're being pushed out of the way so that they can become like CNN and MSNBC and and that group of people. And I don't really think it's. I think that Fox News is done for. Is what draws the viewership and has allowed Fox News to have the status that it's had for the last couple of years. And losing Tucker Carlson, he's a great journalist. I remember when I first started seeing him on Fox News, it was on Glenn Beck and Hannity, back in the day when it was Hannity and Combs. And, he was, I think he and, he was really, really good. And he was probably the most thoughtful person, and I've liked him ever since. So, it's sad to see that he's going to be left out of he's going to be left out of Fox News. Fox News is done for. Anybody who actually knows what the hell's going on in the world going to be going for independent journalists. So places like Redacted are going to probably grow. But a lot of people that follow Tucker Carlson probably also follow Redacted too, because I mean, if you don't watch him, you should. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I am exhausted. I need to get some sleep. Give my feet some rest. I'm going to take at least a day, maybe two off. Now that I've got the resupply, that be restructuring. What's it called? We're going to be restructuring my Patreon. And if any of you guys, one of the things I would like to see in the comments from you guys, it's going to stay up because Paranoid says I should not be putting my live streams behind a paywall, so I'm not going to do that right now on YouTube. Or should I just do the standard thing that most creators do and just say, if you want early release of the videos, you can come to Patreon. Otherwise, it'll be a 2 or 3 day delay unless you watch one of my live streams. Okay, I would love to know what you guys think, because that is the other platform in which I want to be able to have uncensored conversations with you. Let's see. And then, you also have my affiliate links as well. It's all the gear that I use. I'm going to have to update that, but I may not be able to update that here. I may have to update that somewhere else. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of my community. Thank you for being my subscribers. And I really enjoy having you here. I know that this is later than normal for me, but I got here.